And I've got
Well, good evening. Welcome to Style RX Behind the Curtain, where Amy and I just kind of give you a glimpse about the business side. We come live every Friday and share fashion tidbits and tricks for styling and trends and all of the things, but we really want to show you what it is to be a stylist. And so the first Wednesday of every month, we have a guest stylist on that just shares her story so that you know we come from all different backgrounds. And we've got women that work full time and do cabi as a side slash fun gig. And we've got other women that do cabi full time. And so no matter where you are in life, if you are a woman who loves other women genuinely and enjoys working with them and just enriching their life while, side note, enriching your own, this may be a business that you would like to look at. And Amy and I got to be on a call earlier today with Kat Woodside, and she's our chief design officer, and Katie Malone. It was phenomenal. We loved to hear from their hearts and to have two incredibly dynamic women just pouring into us for an hour was incredible, wasn't it, Amy?
oh yeah, and there was like 700 people. And what I love, I actually have worked out with Katie at the Scoop with like 10 other people. These women are the same women that are behind the scenes. There's no show just for show. I mean, they are as authentic as it gets. And when Kat was talking about truly knowing their audience and designing like with them in mind and that they really hear our feedback, ladies, we are seen and heard not only as stylists, but as clients as well. And I'm a client. I was a client before I was a stylist. So many of you that may be watching this, maybe you're a client, maybe you're a hostess, maybe you're just somebody who is like, you know what, I love Rebecca and Amy, and I'm going to watch anything they do. And we hope that's the case. Um, because truly, there's so much more to what Rebecca and I offer than just the show experience. Now, that happens to be our favorite little nugget, but there's so much knowledge, and if you happen to register and get on in on that meeting, you probably heard them talk about the merchandising and the training and the wardrobe training. And what's so unique is that our design team, they have their hands in the training for us. So they even said, Kat out of her own mouth, she does the research, they then give that to us. And as stylists, I think Rebecca and I really consider ourselves just one of you. And we have this incredible little nugget of treasure. And we only get an hour with you at our styling experiences, maybe a little bit longer if you hang around for your glass of wine. But we feel like there is so much value in what we can do for you with maybe out you even asking. You might just be a subscriber on our YouTube channel or in our private group, and we just want you to be informed because you cannot decide where to shop, how your lifestyle is going to go if you're really not informed. And that is our little sweet sauce that we feel sets cabi so far apart and so far ahead of the curve that we are honored to be a part of it.
Yeah, I was at a trunk show last night and was just visiting with a gal that has purchased cabi in the past, and she was back and just singing our praises. I love to hear it because what she was saying just resonates with my experience, but she just talked about how she loved how unique the pieces were. And she knew when she went out, no matter if she had just a cute shirt or a stunning blazer, whatever it was, she was going to look amazing and feel amazing in it as well. And I'm just always so happy when the things are hitting everyone else like they do me. And she just talked about how unique the pieces are, what incredible quality they are, and how she appreciated that she was putting a nice wardrobe together over time. And she knew whatever she grabbed from her closet that was cabi was going to make her feel like $1,000,000. And that's just what we're here for, you know? And as a stylist, it's so important to me to represent a brand that does that, that just over delivers in all categories for our clients. But it makes my job so darn easy, right, Amy?
It does. And you know what? This past, well, not this year anymore, but 2020 was really a chance for us to really dive in and find out what pivots we needed to make in our businesses. So, as stylists, you know what? We are so blessed to have these women pour all of their knowledge and everything that they have into us. That does not happen in the marketplace. And we also heard a little message today, and I happen to know this because what I was one of the first stylists to pilot Front Row, and then Rebecca came in and piloted it with us as well. We were 8 months into our pilot for our Front Row program, our Front Row platform that is exclusive to cabi before the pandemic ever happened. So we're talking about all the different ways that we can serve you. And I think this is a great pivoting point in this discussion to really talk about our menu of services. You may or may not know what we offer. Maybe you've only been to an in-person cabi experience. Maybe it's been a couple, a year since you've seen us in person and you're just in the background watching. That's great. Stay active with us. We want to know how you are. But the cool thing about our menu of service is it's not just one, it's menu of services. And we can go virtual, we can help you privately, we can help you one on one or with a group. So, Rebecca, why don't we take this moment and let's talk about our first menu of service, which obviously is the show gathering. We're not going to cover that a lot because most of you know, but did you know it can just be you plus two others? You can really literally just gather your friends.
Yeah, another I guess, styling service that I don't think a lot of women know that we offer is our one-on-one personal appointments, either virtually or in person. And those are so fun to just be able to really connect with women one-on-one. And sometimes I work a lot with moms and daughters and, best friends, things like that. So it doesn't have to be one-on-one, but it's just a fun time for me to really get to know them better. And they tell me what their preferences are, or they may not even know. Sometimes I get to work with women who are just really reinventing themselves or trying to discover who it is that they are at their core and accurately reflect that on the outside.
Well, and that's a really good point, Rebecca, because we just heard how many women either walked away from their careers or had to take a step back, not because they wanted to, but because they've had to homeschool their children and everything. So maybe your needs a year ago before all this happened are different now. So the greatest thing for us as stylists is that we really get that chance to get to know you as life changes. And I know for me, cabi has been with me through several different seasons of life. My boys, when I first started, were 5 and 3. Then I went through all the transitions. I actually sold cabi pregnant with my little girl. And now I'm in my midlife. I'm 44, going on 45. And I can tell you that I'm the same person on the inside, but my needs have changed. So as a stylist, we really hone in on that. What do you need now? Do you need functionality? Do you need durability? I just had a girl text me that says, she's outside with her horses all day. Does that sound familiar, Rebecca? So she wants clothes that are going to wash well and move with her body. She's not necessarily looking for casual or business. She's looking for functionality. So we take you from a group setting that might be the first time you see us when you're gathered with friends at a hostess. Then you might go, okay, this was great, but maybe it was a little overwhelming. So then we can actually, as Rebecca said, do a one-on-one. It doesn't have to be in person, it can be virtual. Maybe you've got friends from a completely different state and you love Cabby so much, we will do a gathering of friends through our virtual platform Front Row. So as you can see, as a stylist, already we've mentioned several different ways that we can serve you. Zoom is another. But guess what's even better? You get to pack us around 24 hours a day, 7 days a week with the greatest part of Cabby ever, our Cabby Tap app. So
Yes, and the most exciting thing about cabi tap right now is Front Row is on it.
yes, the whole thing, you guys, COVID did not create Cabby's platforms. COVID only made it so we as stylists continued business when everyone else was shutting their doors. These technology enhancements, these innovative ideas happened to be in the works the past 5 years. And they said today on our meeting, what was going to take 1 to 2 years took 6 weeks, you guys.
And
Six
that's
weeks.
huge. That's huge. I think it's really important for women to understand that this is a company that wants us to be successful, and they put their money where their mouth is and they make things happen. I don't know an IT department that moves as quickly as ours did on this. And
Not at
you and
all.
I were both in a meeting that we were asked what technology things we needed. And every single one of those things that were voiced in that meeting have
Are
come to
now live.
fruition. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
isn't that so cool? So instead of taking a step back, we are truly led by warrior women who are brave, who talk the talk, who walk the walk, and lead us through all of this. So I want to bring that full circle because you all are aware of how phenomenal our product is. But there's more to our product than maybe you don't understand. And that is the idea that it's investment wear. And Rebecca and I, if you've watched our Style RXs, we've talked about dye lots not changing. We heard from Kat, our chief design officer today, saying that they specifically and strategically design with the past in mind and then modify it, make it fabulous and on trend. Now, where does that merge with our technology? You guys, cabi tap. This is full circle. So the cool thing is, we are not a one off business. You might only love the clothes. Maybe you just need a girls' night out that's scheduled once a week, once a month, whatever it is for you. But for Rebecca and I, who take this business extremely serious, it's our full time job. It's so nice to know that, yes, we have this absolutely phenomenal product, but our technology supports everything that we do. So it's not just a one off, you have to go sell a shirt. And in fact, it's totally different. Our technology is even made it so the relationship is always first. Our team, our IT team, our executive team, the stylists within the culture, everything is about serving us, you as a client, and the community. And you know what? We all know that you've probably bought a shirt from somewhere else. We all know you probably have an incredible coat you're never going to get rid of that maybe you bought at the Nordstrom anniversary sale. But we also know that we love serving you. And Cabby, in 20 years, has not forgotten why we do this. In fact, I think it might be kind of fun to share the company creed, and that is affecting lives through relationships. Does it say anything about product in there? No. So it's really, really cool to know that if you're looking into this business because you need a little extra money, or you're looking into this business because you've been a hostess like Rebecca for 10 years and finally decided I better get on the saddle and hit, my horse in the ribs, it's time to get going. Whatever it is, if you're one that is sitting there hesitating, why not now? Why are you waiting? We just heard today in the meeting that all of this that we've talked about is coming full circle, and we are ready for this huge boom. Guess what? Every retailer in the entire marketplace is trying to figure out what we've been doing for 20 years. The
Yeah,
time
they're really struggling to catch up. I mean, they just are. And they're not only struggling to catch up because they've been behind for the last 20 years from where we are, but they're struggling because in the last year plus, they have completely pulled back. There's lots of designers that have not put new designs out into the marketplace. While what did Cabi do last fall? We had our first ever third limited release collection. So instead of pulling back, playing it safe, playing it small, they put their full trust and just everything into us as a stylist base and provided us with, oh, I get goosebumps. And another incredible collection, a third limited release again this spring. And we are just full steam ahead.
And not to mention, during the pandemic shutdown, they also gave us extended sizes. You guys, it took an entire whole new pattern to create those size 18s, 20s, and extra larges. And they did it when the rest of the world was shutting down. So I think maybe, Rebecca, maybe now is a time, since we're talking about sales and new arrivals. By the way, there's still the same amount. I want to kind of stop and tell you this because I think it's an important fact. There's 3,500 stylists across the United States, Canada, and the UK. That seems to be a pretty good number that cabi stays at. Why is that important? Well, within those 3,500, we have a 90% retention rate of stylists that are working the business. You don't come into cabi to buy it at a discount. Everyone that comes into cabi, you are committed to working the business. Now, what I want to get to is she was just talking about new arrivals. We just had the highest record sales in our new releases in the history of cabi during a pandemic with the same amount of stylists. So that takes us to commission. How do we make money? Okay, we're selling this amazing product, right? We've established that our executive team, our IT teams, they all support our businesses. But let's get to the nitty-gritty, should we, Rebecca?
So there's three ways that we make money. We make money through our sales commissions at trunk shows, any sort of retail orders after the fact, cabi tap orders that you put in at 3 a.m, which we love. We wake up
Yes.
and we have an email that says, oh my gosh, so and so shopped from their PJs last night. Well, it doesn't say PJs because we don't know that, but it's
We're
just
assuming.
a fun way. Right. We're assuming. We also make leadership bonuses, and we are able to recoup our sample line with our sample sales. So it's just a beautifully thought out business that's designed to get you in the black as soon as you possibly can be.
And you know what I think is so sweet about what you just said? If you were to take away all the technology in the world, we'd be back 20 years of how we did business. That core part that you just talked about has never changed. So our commission structure is simple. This is not a tiered stacked thing that you hear so much about. We get straight commissions. So I think that's a really important detail to just put out there. You are a commission based stylist. You either earn 25% or 33%, period. So the great thing about this is you don't need a team of 500 to make money. Now, that I'm exaggerating here, but with cabi, 1 to 2 team members, if and when you decide to team build, then you will actually get that leadership bonus that Rebecca is talking to you about. So it might help you on your own commission sales go from 25% commission to 33%. So by leading another team member, you're actually getting a bonus on your own sales. Now, I've done this. I know Rebecca's done this. We've earned that bonus commission without a team. So it's very, very possible to sell and to sell well without a team.
Yeah.
Cabi does not pay us to recruit people. And I think that is one thing that is really important um, to discern right now. First of all, there is an application process. The state of Utah requires a 15-day wait period for a business like Cabi. That right then is different. I cannot sign up and start selling Cabi tomorrow. So that really sets us apart as well. And also, Cabi makes sure that we have a really great opportunity to succeed. So during that 15-day wait period, they are checking our geographical area, how many stylists are in the area, is it an area that economically can support us? There's all kinds of things. So you don't have to worry about the whole 50,000 consultants. Like I said, all across the US, Canada, and UK, there's 3,500. So the growth possibilities are endless. And then, as Rebecca said, our sample cell, there's some very strategic things that started 20 years ago that have carried forward. And that is our hostesses are the only ones that we will pre-sell our samples to. If you're a hostess, you're very well aware of that. And that is because you're helping us build our business. If you never ever want to sell Cabi, that's fine. You're the only ones that will ever get a discount on Cabi, period. Cabi does not clearance anything. They do not, you know, do anything like that. So the cool thing is Cabi really has this set up as a hostess can succeed and get the very best discount while partnering with a stylist. And I truly consider my relationship with my hostesses and me as a business owner to be kind of intertwined as partners. So I want you to get the best discount possible. And I also think we should point out that we do not get paid on hostess orders. And I think that's a really neat thing because we're not recruiting you for shows because I'm going to make money on your order. We're actually rewarding you for helping us. And I think that is really cool. It's something that is, I think, very much thought through, they want you to know that we love you and support you. And so that's why, as a hostess, you get the benefit of that. So if all you want is a discount, we would never want you to be a stylist anyway. It would be easier for you just to continue to be a hostess every 6 months. So the
I think
business
it's important to point out on that note is that we do not make commissions on hostess orders because they're purchased at half price, but it also does not cost us anything. But because there are many companies out there that you have to, as a consultant with that company, you have to pay for those hostess benefits. And so I think that's an important distinction as well.
Well, and while you're talking about that, Rebecca, let's really cover really quick. We don't pay for our websites. They're absolutely free. We do not pay for any of our training, leadership training, wardrobe training. We don't pay for anything at the Scoop. So a lot of companies
get there.
What?
And we pay to get there, and we pay for our hotel while we're there. But the top-notch training that we receive, we are not charged a registration fee, and many times we get stipends for meals above and beyond. I mean, I am still blown away to this day by how well Cabi takes care of us.
And even the past year, we've had our Scoop virtual, and we've ended up getting these huge Scoop in the boxes with bags and things. And you guys, we do not pay for that. We honestly, all we pay is the investment for our line, which there's two different breakdowns, and we'll cover that really quick. And then we also pay for anything that is a tax write-off, supplies, our invitations. But guess what? They don't require us to buy any of that. So you get to decide what you can afford to do, where you want your expenses to be, We cover anything that a normal business would cover. So think of Cabi more as a franchise business than anything, because anything you would need to buy if you owned your own franchise, that's what you're going to need to buy. So, of course, we buy our own supplements, maybe clothes that we want to wear ourselves. Um, Cabi creates the most beautiful marketing supplies. We don't have to pay anything for that other than the cost of it to come. And so, really, the investment that we get every 6 months, it's like Rebecca said, there's nothing that compares. And we
Yeah.
both have history with different direct selling companies. So we can speak loud and clear on this, how different it is.
Right. So investment wise, here's the nuts and bolts of it. If you decide to do your stylist application and you're accepted, then your seasonal inventory is 2,500 plus tax and shipping. And so it's going to depend on what your tax situation is, but there's $70 shipping added to that. So mine ends up being about 2,800. Now, the really fantastic thing that we have for first and second season stylists, you have the opportunity to get bonuses that pay for 2/3 of that line right out of the gate. So by meeting some minimums with your sales throughout the months of your selling season, you can recoup that expense right away. And I don't know about you, Amy, but I look at that and go, wow, I wish that was around when I started, because it
Well,
just helps you get
yeah.
into the black right away.
Well, and they have payment plans and different things too, so you can structure it when you get some commission coming in. You guys, it really is very, very reasonable. I'm going to just throw something out there. There's so many women right now trying to create little boutiques, sell on Etsy, do different things. All of that 100% is on you. How to figure out your website, how to figure out your audience, what product you're going to sell, how to ship it. All of these things are things to consider when what we are doing is representing the best product in the market, hands down, for the price. I guarantee you the price per wear for everything that we have, you would be paying 3 times as much for our blazers, our some of our jeans, everything. In fact, Kat talked about our 100% boyfriend that's coming for fall. They are comparing them to a $300 jean. Okay. So there's so many women out there that think, oh, I would love to be a stylist, or oh, I would love to have a little boutique or do something. I can tell you, when I ship my samples, it is like 4 days of me sitting on the floor with a backache printing labels. There is no way I would make a profit for my time invested if I was doing this alone. Not only that, the community is incredible. I think
Well,
the
I
one
think
other,
it's some, oh,
go ahead.
one note on that. I think it's important to just really never ever undervalue the fact that we have a beautifully curated designer collection that comes to you in a turnkey gold gilded gift box. There's just truly nothing like it. Like Amy was saying, we've got fantastic marketing, a website, the app, all of the things. There's no thought process that has to go into this. It's all done for us, and it's gorgeous professional materials.
Yes, and we do need to mention, you can actually, if it's your first or second season, start out with just a half a collection and it's half the cost. So there are options. We don't want to go into it too much tonight. That's really where, if this is something that you're interested in, contact us directly. We'll do a one-on-one meeting. Okay, so definitely take notes, go back and rewind, but let's have a one-on-one meeting where we can really answer your questions and come prepared. So there is nothing that we won't answer. If we don't know the answer, we will get it for you. But you are not going to be alone in this. In fact, Rebecca and I partner with our monthly meetings. We've got one coming up on Friday where we merge our two teams together so that you come in with a community wrapped around you. Now, talk about community. I know we've mentioned the Heart of Cabi piece, and Rebecca is wearing our replay top, which happens to be the Heart of Cabi piece this season. And I have to just show you real quick. I am actually wearing the new arrival cover up here. It's the Paradise cover up. It just came. So, of course, I had to throw it on. But our Heart of Cabi Foundation impacts women both domestically and worldwide. If you haven't heard about it, we'll tell you. But tonight, I really only want to touch on one part of that. It's the part that we call our we are cabi. No, sister entrepreneur. What did I just lost it, Rebecca?
We are cabi, and they are our sister
Thank you.
entrepreneurs.
I don't know
Yes.
where that went, but talking can be really difficult this time of night. So, when you start your business as a stylist, guess what? You're launching a business for a sister entrepreneur around the world. And then they have a community of they get a loan out together. If they can't pay it back, they help each other. There's so many cool details about that. But the great thing about CABI is we're also now funding education for schools in Rwanda. And that is everything from teacher's salary to uniforms and supplies and everything that those kids can need, because in Africa, they actually have to pay for their schooling. It's not free like the public school system is here. So there's only a handful of kids that get to be educated. So that is the other part of our foundation that is really, really cool is CABI. We are sending money to educate more and more kids to provide those uniforms. So really, really cool. So what I love is that you starting a cabi business is not only going to make an impact for you immediately, or maybe that woman that hasn't had a great self-esteem at your show, you are impacting people you don't even know. And Operation International is who we partner with. And they have said that if it wasn't for cabi, they would have never been able to continue doing what they're doing. So that 10 cents, 5 cents, 30 cents that you donate when you round up actually is making a huge impact. And I think that kind of goes back to them really wanting the cabi collection to be an investment line. We are not a fast fashion company. We do not produce fabrications that go from rack to trash within a year. We actually produce very high quality pieces with the intention that they can be then handed down, recycled, thrifted, whatever your thing is. When you donate your clothes, they are such high quality that somebody else will love that piece that you've loved on forever. And so I think that's another mark of distinction that cannot be said enough. I talk to women all the time that have a closet full of clothes. And the first thing I tell them is find a battered women's shelter, find something where your cabi can go, where it will be worn and loved, because we know that it lasts years and years and years. So that's
And
really where I want to end it, Rebecca. But I
yeah.
would love for you to finish your
Well,
thoughts.
I was just going to say that we're recording this the second week of May, which is our Heart of Cabi week. And so we've got hundreds, probably thousands of stylists this week that are interacting in their communities in much needed service. And Cabi has sent millions of dollars worth of clothing to help different organizations, different crisis relief programs. And it's just phenomenal, the work and the heart of this company. So I guess I will wrap it up with my side, just saying that if you're a woman that is passionate about making a difference in the lives of others, and you know that you can make money doing whatever you'd like, but you want to make money making a difference, this may be a company that you want to look a little deeper in and dig into it a little bit more with Amy and I. And I know that we would love to answer any questions for you.
Well, you just brought up one more thing. Even if the business is not for you, we will never push it on you. We want it to be just as right for you as it would be for us leading you. But more importantly, just by shopping with Rebecca and I, buying that shirt, doing whatever you do, maybe it's that favorite Serenity tea you have to have every single season. Just by buying cabi, you are impacting people around the world. That is not something that you can say for TJ Maxx or Kohl's or, where you go to a department store. We know where every single penny goes. Cabi doesn't keep a dime of that rounded up change, not a penny. And they don't pay for any type of marketing for our foundation. It 100% goes to helping women. And then us as stylists, I know I just created a campaign and it's the Heart of Cabi month, and I just really felt like it was time for me to pay that forward personally. And you know what? Those same clothes is what made it possible, because I didn't have the money to donate to different things, but I had some inventory. And so I was willing to let it go. And you guys, that's what's so incredible about this. From the top down, everything just ripples. So if you believe in karma or the universe or doing good for others, I can tell you, and I'm getting goosebumps, I don't want to cry, but I can tell you that that has started right from the top. This company has been led by women who are God fearing, universe seeking, loving, hardworking women, moms, wives, sisters. They have what's best for, I've never met women that are so humble, that have worked so hard, that have never lost touch to their original vision. So
And
I
are
agree.
invested in each and every one of our success. It's not just a lip service
And
or,
they know us by name,
mhm. Yeah, yeah,
So
it's phenomenal.
I think this is a good point to end, but Rebecca and I want you to join us Friday morning for Style RX. We had a last minute cancellation last week, so we're going to pick up where we left off, and you can kind of get a sneak peek of what I might be showing.
Yeah, I think we're going to probably combine our last week's and this week's, right? We're going to talk about the last day of summer trend,
And
and what
new
better way to do
arrivals.
that with new arrivals.
And I'm just going to show you, they just showed up today. I haven't even opened them,
Mm,
but you know what? Yes, we are going to combine it because last week and this week it's going to merge perfectly together. We're talking all about making that summer wear just a little more fancy, whether it's poolside or girls' night out with your denim jeans. These are pieces that are must haves and very versatile and very in season for the time being. So this time there's only 5 pieces. Rebecca will have her Google Doc live on Friday. Mine is live now, so go ahead and do your pre-orders that way. But we are so grateful to you for believing in us and the services that we have. And do us a favor. If you love us, if you love the service that we provide, and you can think of 3 friends that you think would absolutely love our service, whether that's subscribing to our YouTube channel, hosting a show, maybe buying that shirt, or just following us on Instagram and liking and commenting our posts, that is a sign of love for us. But also, if you have someone that you can refer to host a show for us in any way, capacity, you'll also be rewarded for that with a 50% off item at the time of their experience. So, if anything, go out of this knowing what our menu of services are, that you can talk to us one on one, you can talk to us with a group of friends, you can do this your way, and we will meet you there. So, for now, we're going to say goodbye, and we are going to see you Friday morning for Style RX at 11 Mountain, 12 Central, and we will be back with new arrivals. So if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, do that, ring the bell, and you'll be the first to see our Style RX videos come on. Thank you for joining us, you guys. Love you all.